There is a force within you that no school taught you to understand. No motivational speaker ever dared to mention it directly. And yet, it drives almost everything you do. Every ambition you've ever had, every lie you ever told, every decision that shifted the course of your life, every sleepless night, every moment you stared into a screen, a body, a fantasy. What if I told you that the energy behind all of it wasn't love, wasn't purpose, wasn't logic, but sexual desire? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, didn't whisper this truth. He declared it boldly, violently, uncomfortably. He said everything is about sex, and the world rejected him. But he was right. Not because sex is everything, but because the energy behind sex, libido, is the hidden engine of our minds. It is not just about pleasure. It's about drive, obsession, conquest, transcendence. It is the primal fire that makes the human animal restless, hungry, creative, destructive. And unless you learn to master it, it will master you. Look around. Why do empires rise and fall? Why do leaders sacrifice morality for power? Why do artists lose themselves in passion, genius, and madness? Why do men build fortunes, then burn it all for a single forbidden kiss? Because libido doesn't care about your logic. It's not here to reason. It's here to devour, or to build, depending on who controls it. And that's the question Freud left us with. He never told us to repress desire. He warned us those who repress it go mad, but those who redirect it become something else entirely. This is where transmutation begins. The word transmute means to change form, to evolve. Freud's disciples didn't fully understand it, but thinkers like Carl Jung, Napoleon Hill, and even modern neuroscience would later illuminate what Freud only hinted at. Sexual energy, when sublimated, becomes power. Pure power. The same energy that makes you crave her skin. The same energy that pulls your hand in the dark when no one's watching. That energy, when denied its escape, when redirected instead, becomes a jet engine for creation, genius, aggression, domination, entrepreneurship, leadership, and legacy. But this only works if you own the desire, if you see it clearly and do not flinch. Most men are ruled by it. You can see it in their posture, in the way they scroll, in how they chase women. Approval, stimulation, anything that gives them that momentary surge of significance. They don't know they're addicts. The world has made pleasure effortless, and that's the trap. What once required power, risk, courtship, character, now comes in pixels and taps. Desire has been made weak, and so have men. Freud warned us not because desire is evil, but because it is sacred. And the sacred must never be cheapened. When you spill it on things unworthy, you dilute the man you could become. So what do the powerful do? They don't kill desire. They concentrate it. They withhold the release. They let it rise. They let it boil until it becomes unbearable. And then they use it. They use it to build businesses, to destroy mediocrity, to write words that echo across centuries, to walk into boardrooms and make others tremble, to stare at rejection and laugh, to become the kind of man whose presence feels like a storm just arrived. That's what it means to sublimate libido. But make no mistake, this is not for everyone. Most will choose the comfort of release, the convenience of porn, the dopamine drip of casual sex. They will trade intensity for numbness. They will become tame. But you wouldn't be here if you were tame. You feel it, that hunger in your chest, that war inside you. You know something is off. You know you were meant for more than pleasure. You were meant to burn. But not like the others. Not in addiction. Not in guilt. You were meant to burn like a furnace, refining yourself in the heat of restraint. Because restraint isn't weakness. It's the highest form of self-mastery. Freud said, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." He wasn't just talking about trauma. He was talking about desire. Unchanneled, it becomes addiction. Suppressed, it becomes violence. But redirected, it becomes genius. When a man learns to channel his sexual energy, he becomes terrifying. Not because he's dangerous to others, but because he becomes immune to temptation. The world can no longer control him. Marketing loses its grip. Women sense something primal but untouchable. His hunger is not for them. It is for something greater, something eternal. You want focus. Stop leaking your life force. You want discipline? Stop chasing dopamine and start chasing dominance. You want power? Then stop letting your lowest urges steal from your highest calling. You were born with this fire. But no one taught you what to do with it. They told you to be polite, to be safe, to let it out. They never told you that fire was a currency, and you've been spending it on cheap thrills instead of investing it in destiny. Freud's warning was not about morality. It was about mastery. So the next time your hands move without thought, pause. Feel it. Don't run. Don't shame it. Don't indulge it. Transmute it. Put it into your work, your voice, your craft, your mission, your presence. Let it fuel the gym session no one sees. Let it charge the silence before your next move. Let it roar behind your eyes when you look at the world and say, "I am not here to chase pleasure. I am here to conquer." Because in the end, you will either be a man ruled by lust, or a man who commands it like a warlord commands armies. Freud warned us. But he also left us a map, a forbidden path, a secret war that begins not outside but within. Desire is not your enemy. It is your mirror. It shows you where you're weak and where you're ready to rise. So ask yourself, who would you become if you never let lust win again? Now go. Withdraw your energy from what numbs you. Redirect it toward what builds you. And watch the world bow to a man who no longer bows to his impulses.